No problem. So the idea of today's talk, we thought, is when we talk about health, the health is not just the physical health. The health that flows through us carries a certain vibration, what we call pure consciousness flowing within and around us. What do we understand by consciousness? Let's understand first, begin from there. Because when we talk about wheels of life, yes, Pooja, your hand is raised. So even before beginning the class or the talk. Pooja, yes, you can. Or was it just a hi as the raised hand and hi?
So I did not raise my hand. Sorry, it's by mistake, I guess.
No, this Pooja, the Pooja Corona,
Ah,
not Pooja
okay, sorry.
Bhatia. Good to see you, Pooja.
Sorry.
Long time.
Same here. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. How's Mama doing?
Oh, so nice, well.
Thank you.
She's there. Mama is well as well.
Yes. So what is consciousness according to each one of us? Mariam, what is consciousness in your understanding? See, we are not judging you. So just flow with your thought. The first feeling first.
It's awareness, being awake, aware.
Awake, aware. Okay. Okay, Saima, what is consciousness?
Consciousness is like you control your mind and control your thoughts.
Okay. Tamara, yes, I can see the nod, Tamara. Tamara, give me your idea of consciousness.
I think consciousness is the part which is like current, like makes you in the current present, but I believe like subconscious is the one that controls your actions, and it's the one that tells you what to do and what not to do, and it's 10 times or like 1,000 million times more powerful than your conscious mind.
Yes. But then I'm saying consciousness. There is being conscious or being aware that is different than the consciousness that I'm referring to. Yes, Tamara Arafat, over to you.
I believe it's being in sync with the different, like between the soul, the body, and the mind. This is where consciousness can come.
So is it the awareness?
The awareness. See, being aware, we often, the consciousness is basically not being aware.
Is it?
Being conscious is being aware, which is where you're applying your conscious mind, your awareness to something. And that's the first step as we take towards self-realization, and from self-realization to actualization. The first step will begin with consciousness or conscious mind being aware. That awareness will make you self-discover stuff. When you self-discover stuff about your life, about your behavior, about people around, how you're responding to people, all of that is being aware. So that's conscious, being conscious. But when I'm saying consciousness, it's our vibration. Because what keeps, like we are all carbon-based body, if we all agree, when we die, we are going to go into 5 elements. The earth. The earth is nothing else but carbon, okay, as ashes that we are going to go. Or whatever, the broken down parts of our molecules. So what we are in the smallest of our existence, or the tiniest piece of us, is the atom. That atom is nothing else but carbon. But what is holding the carbon atom together? There is no glue in between the atoms. It's pure attraction that these carbon atoms are together, isn't it? We studied in school that there is neutron and proton in the nucleus, and there are electrons that are revolving around it. What is holding these atoms together? Whenever we talk about situations, you can respond to situations by being in the core, by being in the body. So what is there in the core? The neutron and proton. As you keep going away from the nucleus, which is going away from the positive, because we studied in the quantum physics, because I'm also a quantum hypnotherapist by profile. So understanding the basic building block of our body, I know I'm talking way beyond spiritualism right now, because you all thought that today's talk was going to be spirituality and wheels of life. But before I go into the chakras, I cannot discuss chakras before we understand consciousness, because consciousness is pure vibratory frequency that is flowing between our atoms, that is holding these atoms together. And as much as we are in the body, okay, there's a very significant statement that I'm going to say now. If you are 100% in your body, you will not fall sick. There will not be any disease. I can assure you this. This is like a near guarantee. If you're 100% in your body with your consciousness, which is your vibratory being, your own soul consciousness, when we say, or the soul, which is the frequency between two atoms that is flowing and holding these atoms together. If you are in your core, either you can be neutral to the situation, which is neutron, or positive to a situation, which is proton. As you get away from the nucleus, the dark side of you, your consciousness starts dropping. Okay. Yeah, I can see that question mark, Tamara Arafat, that what am I still saying? I think,
Thank you.
no, that's one of the main reasons why I always say that please keep the video on, so that I don't just go in monotony. I want to connect with everyone, that who is with me at the frequency at which I'm talking. Okay. Because I don't want you coming for the session and feeling, oh, Rajesh's session didn't make any sense. He spoke about random things and it didn't really appeal to me. Yes, Pooja, hi. I can see that you are at work. Welcome. Anything that you want to add to the consciousness that we are discussing, Pooja? Because every time, I think from next time, I'm going to change the link to something else, because this every time is stopping me of not sharing the screen. And this iPhone, iPad, I don't know from where these rooms are being created, where I just am not able to share anything from whatever. So thank you everyone for being there in this large number today, 27 people I can see. So let me just...
So relating to consciousness, I have few queries.
Yes, please tell me, Pooja.
So can consciousness be like with somebody else? Our consciousness can travel into somebody else's body, and then, you know, we can, does that happen?
If you rise above, Pooja, if you rise above all the particles, which is the particulate matter, and if you grow to the oneness, we are all one. Trust me, we are already traveling into each other. The air that I'm breathing out is perhaps the air somebody else is breathing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The vibrations that I give out is the vibration perhaps my family is receiving. The family goes and interacts with somebody else through the day. That vibrations is going somewhere else. So as vibratory being, like how we have FM channel, okay, somebody, or there is a master tower which is giving away the signals. The tiny towers that we are receiving those signals and we are communicating. A lot of times you are thinking about a person and that person coincidentally calls you up and says, hey, I just thought about you, is not a coincidence. It's your consciousness, it's your frequency, it's your vibration, it's your wavelength, it's your brain waves, it's your mind, whatever that you call it, is traveling, which the other person, because they are in love relationship with you, they emotionally are connected to you, they pick up these vibrations. They are tuned into your consciousness. Even a mother who is connected to the child, who is perhaps a working mother in the office, picks up a vibration of a child at home, and that child crying, the mother feels restless in the office saying, oh, my child is crying. Let me call up nanny and let me check how is he or she doing. And that's why she comes to know that the child has been crying for past half an hour and he's just not settling. And then the mother actually picks up this vibration. And all of us have experienced this some or the other point in time where you call up somebody and that person says, hey, how did you get this thought? I was just thinking about you. So each time when we go to the atomic level of your life, we are all that frequency. That frequency is what we are giving and receiving. How are we creating the diseases? We are creating the diseases because there is a displacement of ease. What is that ease? When that consciousness in complete harmony, where your thoughts, emotions, energy, and the physical body, all 4 layers are in alignment.
Yeah.
The easiest that gets displaced is our emotions. When we say emotion, energy, emotion, that's how the word has come. So we are all constantly flowing with that energy through us. And we have 72,000 meridians. These meridians are flowing through a certain energy which is constantly, endlessly governed by our subconscious mind. Because how you think is how you feel. How you feel is how you flow. How you flow is how you be at the body level. That being, so you can give out and receive thoughts. You can give out and receive consciousness, Pooja. For sure, somebody else's consciousness absorb, and somebody else can absorb your consciousness, which is purely the vibrations. When we use loosely the term, we exchange vibes. What do you mean by exchanging vibes? That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because I felt like it is very useful tool, like when I did hypnotherapy, few sessions like I was doing. So consciousness, I just realized like in cases of where boyfriend and girlfriend not able to forget. So it's good to take consciousness back. Then the awareness
100%.
comes. Yeah. So I was using this, but then I was told that consciousness is not part of ECA curriculum. So I got a bit this thing like,
Who
why?
told you that? Who told
So
you?
the Dr. Yuvraj and we had a discussion with Dr. Sonia Gupta and all. So then it was found that consciousness, like we are not supposed to be right now. We are only supposed to do energy exchange.
Right.
So it's a good thing. I like you started with this topic because this is I loved consciousness part and I was like I want to use, but then I was told like
yeah. So again, see, understand it definitely is not a part of the ECA curriculum, but eventually everything with your mind, energy, body, and your chakras, when you're talking about what are you working with eventually, we are all liberating our consciousness, which is in a certain format. From that format, we are graduating to the next level. That's what we are elevating most of the time. So it may not be as a part of it, but then that's the constant, whether you want it or not, your consciousness is going to graduate to the next level. That is why we are all here in this human life.
So that is what I wanted to understand, if my understanding is
so
okay.
When you come down, that awareness of pure consciousness is what we are in the essence of the creator. That is lost because you are human being. So the more you study beingness is where you will flow with the life. But the more we've gone into doing, we have become human doing, Pooja. Most of the time we want to fix situations, fix people, fix circumstances, fix thoughts, fix everything. That is where I think we have started losing our essence, the soul essence that we are with. See, because when we say there is a body, mind, and soul, okay, what is the soul? What is the mind? They're both different entities. And who is experiencing both is the body. So if you consider your body to be the car, the soul is the petrol. And mind is the driver. So how long and how smooth the car will function is not dependent on the petrol. The quality of petrol is unique, and quality of petrol is the same for each one of us. That same soul at a level of consciousness of the universal oneness, when I talk about the prime creator, that prime creator is flowing through each one of us. When in India, we say the word Bhagavan. You know, what is that Bhagavan? Bhumi, Gagan, Vayu, Agni, Neer. Bhagavana. It's the 5 elements. Earth, that is Bhumi. Gagan is the space. Vayu is the air. Agni is the fire. Neer, which is the water. So that you know, the God that you are saying, that God is everywhere and God is within us and around us, it's the consciousness which we are referring to. Now,
Because
people and the journey got divided into different religions, and then every religion ultimately talks about the same creator. We all know them with different names. Now, coming back to the quantum physics, let's not get diluted to other religious and religion beliefs. I'm pure talking from physics. When we studied a simple law in our school that energy cannot be created, nor it can be destroyed, it can be transferred or transformed from one form to the other. Now let's understand that when you want to express, you got angry or irritated on someone, okay? And you didn't express that anger. Where did that anger go? Where did that anger go? You didn't express it. So where did it go?
It's inside us.
It got internalized. So where did that internalization go and get stored is in the weakest organ of your body.
Correct.
In that weakest organ or an endocrine gland, because that is what I'm going to come to in a while from now, that the 7 chakras or the wheels of life that we are saying, that wheel, for it to function fully, it requires energy. Who is supplying this energy? Your meridians. What that meridian is flowing with, it's pure energy, vibes, consciousness. When that flows through you, it's like a fan, a rotating fan. How fast or slow the fan will rotate is decided by the regulator. So in your body, how much of ease or dis-ease will happen or exist is decided by your emotions, Pooja.
Yes.
Okay, so if your emotions are heavy, sad, sluggish, resentful, insecure, then that fan, which perhaps this is the wheel that is supposed to rotate faster, will now rotate slower because you are low on energy. What makes you feel low on energy is because your emotions are making that entire flow very sluggish.
Correct.
As you are not flowing well because you are not feeling well. What is not feeling well is because you're not thinking or being well. When these layers is what you start aligning, your body starts operating at a certain level where we all can, feel